how do you like this B-roll of the special edition Nike Air Max 97s? Is it like a robot shot? I think it is kinda, but please let me know what you think and make a wise guess how I shot it. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, let me give you a little teaser. It wasn't a super expensive robot, rather long hours of thinking and hacking together and what I could get at the local hardware store. And oh boy, I had to nail so many things: repeatable motion, syncing different devices, focus pulling, lighting, keying, and more. If you wanna find out how I did all that, watch the entire video because I will share all the pains and gains. Let's dive in, but first, intro. What's up everyone, Peter here. Welcome back to another tutorial where I'm gonna break down the editing part of these Nike Air Max 97 shoes. By the way, this lineup is called T4c, a sustainable effort of Nike, and I think their design is awesome. There are so many things going on in this B-roll, like the keying, movement, using macro lenses, stock footage. So this video will be a series since there are just so many things to cover. I want to show you the set, how I shot it, the editing process, and more. So why don't we start with the set and the setup tour so you can see what gear I use and how I adjusted the lights. Okay. Obviously there were different setups, but let me highlight the most important things that you should also pay attention to. I always use a green screen or blue screen that I evenly lighted, so it separated the subject well. For the shoe, I either hanged it and masked it in post or used a green screen or blue plate for the turntable that I put on a light stand. As for lighting, my goal was to have an even lighting from the top and the two sides and also from the front, plus I put a diffuser underneath the product to bounce the light back to the bottom. But I had one challenge with the lighting. The Air Max 97 is famous for its air sole, which is quite curvy and reflective. So I had one light with a long rectangular softbox and extra diffusion that I always try to align with the camera angle, and this is how I got this nice shiny glow on the shoe, on the air sole. As for my camera, I use my Sony a7 III, still the best hybrid camera in my opinion, and the amazing Sony 90mm macro to get all those details. I placed it on my Benro tripod or Edelkrone slider with the Head 1 Plus module on top of it. I also attached my Atomos Ninja V so I could see everything in detail. By the way, I have a dedicated review about it, so make sure to check it out after watching this one. When I was using my Edelkrone products, I used my iPad and iPhone to set keyframes since I couldn't synchronize the Edelkrone products what I used for the shoe and the camera. And other times I use one of the devices like the iPad to adjust for focus pulling keyframes. So I could say that that's it, but this was such a complex setup, don't you think? Let me know in the comments. But really, how do you like it? If you do, show it by smashing the like button. It would be a great help for the gods of YouTube algorithm. You see, I have several shots that I want to show you, so let's start with the most intense one, the robotic movement. The challenge here was to have the exact same movement with different shoes. For this, I had to find a super sturdy holder that will not move when I switch the shoes and will hold the shoes at the same spot while moving. Of course, it had to be something that is easy to mask out later as well. But that's another story and we will get there. But first, let me cover the setup. So to start off, I love Edelkrone. They make robotic movement accessible for ordinary people. One thing they miss, and I honestly don't get why they don't add it to the software, is to sync multiple devices. How cool would it be to be able to connect multiple pen heads and keyframe the rotation of the camera and the subject as well? So I needed to hack it. I put my Head 1 Plus on a C-stand upside down and went to a local hardware store to find screws to attach the shoe with the metal plate. Luckily I could find some stuff for it, so this way the shoe was hanging in the air and I could do the same movement with all of the shoes. I put my camera on the slider and with the pen head, so it was just moving forward and backwards plus turning. I keyframed everything on my iPhone and iPad and I pressed start at the same time. So difficult, but worth it.
Totally worth it.
You know why? Because I could imitate a $100,000 robotic arm shot with a $5,000 gear. And I think the results speak for itself. If you like it too, show it by smashing that like button, but please, also share it on social or with friends. It would really mean the world to me and you would help me out. Before we move on to the editing part, let me show you another hack I used for shooting the vertical rotation of the shoes. The secret is, drum roll, a fishing line. But oh man, it was so hard to hang it, but was totally worth it. Also, remember the close-up shot where the shoe rotates and I shot the midsole and the logo and it was also rotating all together? For this scene, I used the same robotic arm, but I had to go manual with the focusing since my camera or the keyframes just couldn't keep up. Now, this was a challenge. After I set the keyframes for the Edelkrone movement and I was satisfied with the movement, I did like 15-20 tests and made my hand learn the adjustments for the follow focus. I'm lucky that my hands have such a good memory. Anyways, it was time to shoot and you know the result. And here is a shout out to Smallrig's follow focus system. It's wireless, it's awesome, looks dope, and it helped me create this. Okay. It's time to do the editing, which takes place in DaVinci. By the way, this project was the reason for why I switched to DaVinci from Final Cut Pro. But this video is getting too long, so why don't we continue in another one? Just click and check it out. But before that, like, comment, subscribe with smashing the notification bell as well. Tons of content coming up, so thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, in this. Click. Bye.